What's up guys, today I'm going to be checking out the Sketchboard Pro. I'm going to be unboxing it and giving you my first impressions. Now full disclaimer, this video is not sponsored, but the folks over at Sketchboard did send this out to me. If you want, you can check out their store down below, and you can also use code JOELCREATE for 10% off. And with that said, let's take a look. Right, let's grab some scissors and let's take a look. So let's open this up. There we have it, the Sketchboard Pro branding. Let's get this out of the bag and take a look. Pretty cool packaging actually, it's got some nice little details on it. Let's have a look, let's cut open any of these little bits down the side. This one's open, that one's already open. Let's take a look here. Now we've got all of the little bits of tape undone. Let's open this up and get it out of the box. Let's turn this sideways just to keep it on my desk. That's cool. So we've got here, we've got the manual. So I think in here there's lots of different sort of orientations that you can have it. You can have it in a sort of upright position or landscape, and also how to go about putting the iPad in, but we can take a look at that. This is pretty important, just how you go about handling your Sketchboard Pro if your iPad's inside. Always make sure you hold it like that. Let's move that out to the side, and then we've got the sketchboard itself. It's got a bit of foam in each corner. Let's get these bad boys off. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move the box out of frame, and then we'll be left with the sketchboard. So taking a look at it, there's actually two different types of sort of plastic. We've got this soft plastic running around the outside, little handle at the top, and then actually on the inside it's not actually plastic, it's kind of like a very soft sort of rubber sort of grommet sort of fitting, which is each time, depending on what iPad you have, you can just get a new version of this. You don't have to go ahead and get a whole new sketchboard. You can order just the insert on the inside to pop your iPad into. It's actually really softly made. It's actually really smooth, and the transition between the two sort of areas is nice and flat, nice and easy just to keep your hand moving from side to side. And then if we take that and we flip it over and take a look at the back of it, we've got a sort of arrangement of these four legs. Now each corner has a little rubber sort of stop as well, if you want to lay it flat, but the actual legs themselves have got like a nice rubber coating on the top of them, and each one can pop up on its own, and there's quite a nice little satisfying little click at the end, which makes it feel like the legs themselves will be nicely held in place where you choose to use it. So you can either go ahead and use two here at the bottom, meaning that it will have a sort of upright and facing you sort of orientation, or you can go ahead and use your legs on either side if you want to use it in sort of a more portrait orientation. So let's go back and flip that over. I want to go ahead and see what it looks like with the iPad inside. So taking a look at that again, and if I grab my iPad and we just go ahead and we try to pop that in the space, we've got a little bit of space at the top, and it looks like it's quite a snug fit, which is actually quite reassuring. And you just need to put a little bit of pressure on just to squeeze it in, and then it actually just nicely slots in once you align it correctly. And then taking a look at the top here, we've also got a little space for the pen to go in, which will also charge as well. Now if we go ahead and on the back, I think we should be able to just sort of reach underneath and be able to kick those legs out like that. We've got the upright orientation. If I move it a little bit upwards, you can get a look for that. And if I take the pen out, we've also got a little space at the top here. So if you're midway through a drawing session, go ahead and just quickly pop your pen in there. Pretty good if you're using the original gen Apple Pencil, if you want somewhere to place it that's not going to charge, such here at the top. Now at the side here, we've also got a little space where you can plug in your charging cable, which feeds directly underneath the back here and goes straight into the iPad again, keeping it nice and flush. And it's actually a really nice transition now across all three items. The actual iPad, the sort of rubber area on the side, and then the soft plastic on the outside. So one thing I'm super looking forward to using this with is the fact that having it upright and facing me a lot more will mean that I don't have to lean over my canvas so much, and I'll be able to sort of sit more upright rather than sort of leaning over my desk, which I tend to do quite often. I'm also really happy with the sort of excess space we've got on either side. If there was too little, you wouldn't really see the benefit of it really, but it's also nice and compact in the sense that it's not too big or excessively big. So what this will really aid with is if you're creating a line, say, across your canvas, you can create a nice smooth line of motion all the way across. Your wrist will have space to continue off the edge of the canvas. And obviously based on the iPad size, if I was to try and draw that line again, when I get to here, my hand is already way off of the iPad itself. you normally have to sort of try and squeeze and stay on the actual iPad itself and create this other line that you're not really interested in trying to achieve. You want to just create a nice smooth line of motion as far as you can, and my hand ends up all the way out here actually on the outer plastic, so that will mean that I've got a nice big area just for a nice smooth motion. So this is my first impressions of the Sketchboard Pro. Like I said, overall I'm very happy with the build quality. It doesn't move at all on my desk. I think it's down to those little rubber feet on the back. So first impressions, very excited to use this. This is just a first impressions video, so I will be posting a review in a couple of weeks time. If you want to, you can hit that subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned for that. But if there's any other products that you'd like me to check out, drop them in the comments down below. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next one.